Thor. The Thor is not so much of a surprise for me. The Rayman, however, coming out from Acno, while I do believe that any legend in the game is potentially amazing under Acno's control, Rayman is an interesting one coming out here. Gauntlets have for sure seen huge favorability in all regions in this current meta. And Acno on the Rayman, however, is interesting because of the axe being the secondary weapon for him as well. And we just saw him do so well with the Koji against Sejaro in the previous best of 5. We're just having a little bit of a moment here to make sure that everything's okay. Swata gives the go-ahead, and right away, the game gets started in game number 1 of Mammoth Fortress.
Yeah, and now with this Rayman, one of the characters I'm actually still surprised, we saw it show up, it did well, and then it disappeared, was that Yumiko back at Omen.
Yeah.
Like, it was able to get some, it got the job done against Godly
I forget that, like, that was this year, but there was definitely a segment of time where Bo was the most crazy thing, right? And that's why I think Yumiko was being picked there, because Bo was being very favored in EU, a lot of Koji picks, but in particular, the Yumiko was interesting, so definitely.
Now here with the Rayman, I mean, Gauntlets have found their heyday here, like, over the past, like, month and change. Just so many Gauntlets at the top, for good reason. The pressure that they have, the combos that they have, and unfortunately, nothing got started there because the damage went on, but Swata just kept it simple, just smacked him right off stage. Yeah,
so Gauntlets are not the only weapon with that the vertical reversal. We've got the hammer here that Swata just knocked him out with. Oh no, Acno. Okay, nice there on the way back to the stage, but that's...
Wait, Acno, what are you doing? That's a Pavelski stock. That's what we call those. So,
well,
no, he didn't actually go for a deep play. But
I have seen a few of those before. Usually it's off the back of a Gauntlet player trying to side air to the stage, thinking that they touch. They didn't touch, and then they just fall. But yeah, Acno losing that second stock pretty early here against Swata in the winter semifinals. And it is now 2-1. Swata trying to stay on Acno here, unarmed versus Gauntlets until a weapon comes through. And there's the orb.
Yeah, the orb spacing very solid here just to keep the Gauntlets out. Constantly going for dares to try to back Acno off so he can find his opening with that sidelight. But yes, it doesn't really need to work as hard now after he gave him that gift of a stock.
Sidelight side air hits. Nice job off the gravity cancel as well, avoiding the downlight threat area and then picking up the hammer right away. Good clash coming out from Swata. Any trade with damage here is just like, you might as well multiply it by 2 because Swata's got that extra stock over Acno. And stop Russian Mafia on the top.
God.
Swata destroying Acno in very quick time there in game number 1, and we're going straight into game number 2.
I think like Swata's ability to close out Russian Mafia on the last stock is probably like the highest percentage amongst active like hammer players that we see outside of maybe Luna. So
Swata PR number 1. Very good reason why, right? We said reigning world champion.
Yep,
but also, there was a moment, and before Godly just completely reinvented everything that I thought was possible in Brawlhalla when I was watching Swata. Swata was doing the same for me, but with the hammer. I remember looking at Swata and going, Swata is the best hammer player in the world. And I still firmly believe he is up there, if not top 2, right? And we get to see moments like that. You were talking about the consistency with being able to hit those hammer strings and hammer combos. You're not going to see that more than watching Swata play.
Yeah, it's so like difficult to deal. What is going on? What is going on? We're sure we're watching. This is Springs, right? Not ranked, right? What's that? Swata about to get another one. Okay, now going deep. Swata just gave him another stock. We're at 30 seconds. What is going on?
All right, I'll tell you what's going on. Swata hit the ground pound button, and then Acno hit the ground pound button. He's like, I don't want to get hit by that. I'll just keep going. And then he held it for too long, and then he went, and then went off the stage.
But what happened to the follow-up stock, though? Explain to me stock 2, Sasa. You were too busy laughing.
I was too busy turning around laughing. Yeah, sorry about that. Swata went down pretty quickly to Acno on the gauntlets there.
My goodness.
Now watch Swata reverse 3 stock this Ajax.
I honestly wouldn't be even surprised because they're sideline side air, and Swata had pretty solid dominance in that last game. Even with the SD that happened, he was still able to kind of control the pace of the game. So if Acno does get reverse 3 stocked here, just start counting yourself in elimination bracket. I don't know how to follow up on that.
Yeah, well, let's see. Acno's doing pretty well right now. Has Swata in orange. Swata is still playing this game out despite that lackluster start. Neutral sig hits. Went for the gravity cancel sidelight. Kind of has to go for those things to get these early stocks, and Acno's just chasing them through the air.
Wait, is this a battle pass mission to get yourself to top 8 and then reverse 3 stock? Like, is that what's going on here? Because Swata definitely playing like he's trying to get that reward.
That is a possibility to explain what just happened.
All right.
However, I don't think he's going to be getting credit this game because Acno is about to two-stock him.
Yeah, he's one D-Light recovery away from being out of here, and Acno playing like such. He knows that he doesn't need to overcommit to anything. Just wait for Swata to make a mistake, but side air is going to push him towards the ledge, trying to go for GC side light, and that's going to punish him, get him out of there, and get us to a game number 3.
Yeah, 2 games now with the damage numbers on both sides being under 400.
I want to see the graph.
Look
at the graph.
yeah, okay. I see it. It's not a lot of damage. Look, it was a very amusing opening.
It's like singular raising the bar going on over there.
So Swata goes over here, holds the ground pound, sees Acno ground pounding, and he just doesn't.
So I'm out of here.
Listen, okay, when the damage is that low, sword ground pound isn't quite bow ground pound. Might be better to get hit. Okay, then we get to the replay here of the part that I missed. Okay, so ground pound hits, he gets the nair. Swat never touches the stage again. That's twice in the same set that we've actually seen players barely not hit the wall, reset their jumps, and go down really early.
You know what my favorite part about all that is? Whenever I get to peek over and see Remy just shake his head. just see it, it's like, what are you doing? What? Going into game number 3 here now. Hopefully, you know, all the nerves, whatever's been going on out of here, it might still happen because they're already going for it. Weapon toss down, the stop is not going to connect. Acno gets back on safely.
Oh man, Nair comes over the side of the stage. Acno tried to double Nair, I think, but Swata gets away from it. Now in orange, stomping the ground, trying to get some stability here, and Acno goes for the Nair. Recovery clashes, I think, with the down air. Swata siders him away, and now it's a pretty even game 1 where I'm feeling a lot more comfortable personally, just because everybody still has their stocks on the screen.
This feels like a true game 1 right now. Like we're playing best of 3
at
this point.
It's a best of 3. Yeah, absolutely. Games 1 and 2. We can forget about it.
Swata's basic game has gotten really solid here, too. Oh, actually, double dares. Hold on. Oh, wait.
No, again.
Oh, doesn't follow up on the last piece. I think he was waiting for the dodge that time because he caught him last time.
I like that from Swata because he didn't get that off of a dodge read. So you're absolutely right. He was waiting to see what Acno did and just didn't get the right option afterwards to continue the string. Acno with the neutral sig isn't able to take him off the top right, but that gravity cancel neutral sig from Swata takes him down. I think the idea was you dodge the gauntlet recovery with the dodge, cancel the dodge of the neutral sig, and hit them from below and take them off the top.
I 100% agree.
Would have been insane.
That would have been so smart.
And it was the right idea.
But the spacing was just off. Like, Acno had unintentional misspacing, but you take that. Side light, side air is not going to be enough just yet, but weapon toss forces him to go low, decided to go back to the weapon. All he needs is one side air, and that should get us back to even.
Oh, now Acno is a cider away, like you said. Okay, stop there.
That works.
Nice adjustment. The stop with the dash forward, too far forward to get the cider to hit, and you lose a little bit of that aerial mobility on the cider, so you can't drift as nicely. Nair takes him off the top. Not the most common knockout option for Hammer, but when you're that damaged, why not? And that D-Light neutral.
Oh my goodness, got 5 out of that. Wow. Just like. His damage consistency has been good on Orb, but now he's starting to really amp up like the plays. He's not just going for a side light, nair, back off, wait for you to follow up, put a dare out there for pressure. He's actually pressuring Acno a lot.
Whoa,
just misses out. That was so close.
The stop doesn't connect to the side air, but that was huge side stick. Gravity cancel catches Acno in the air, takes him right at the side of the stage. And to add on to your point about the orb, that I like that you made in game 1, where Swata has been using the orb almost as a keep-away tool for when Acno's on gauntlets before switching over to Hammer to finish off the stock. I like this adjustment for Swata because I do think that when he was on Bodvar, fighting against gauntlets was pretty difficult with him with the kit that he had available to him.
I mean, we've been seeing the Bodvar.
Hold it down.
Oh my God!
You've never seen that move hit from Thor.
You talk about him being the best Hammer legend. Apparently, he's starting to make a case for working his way up there with the orb now, too.
And Thor's so cool to see in singles because I really only considered Thor as a doubles pick in recent time. So to see Swata really making a lot of success with this is awesome. Goes for the side stick there. Doesn't quite get the right read, and Acno gets 2 recoveries off the top. Now it's 1-1.
And I want to rephrase before somebody blows me up for this. Hammer player, not legend, because that was a very wrong statement. Coming in now with the orb, he has him at the ledge here. He's not going for any dares at all, just letting him get back on. He's going to rock with it. Weapon toss down. Acno needs to pick correctly. He's kind of been giving him a lot of respect on his way back up, but at this point, because he's got Hammer, it's kind of like you could get stage position. I just need to catch you once. Oh, wait.
He caught Swata once. Oh, he doesn't get the dare.
Oh, he misses out. Swata gets through. He snatches him up, and Acno with such a good attempt at an edge guard, but just dipping around it each time with Swata, one of them being a misspaced punish that looked like it should have been lined up for Acno there.
Yeah. It did not end successfully for Acno, but I like how you phrased that. It was absolutely the right thing for Acno to do. Swata gets out just barely from the edge guard, gets the reversal on the hammer too, which is a risk that Acno took the second that edge guard started, right? Acno hits so many of those moves, but the final one that takes Swata down doesn't work. Swata gets back to the stage, gets the recovery, gets the reversal, but a good attempt at a comeback coming out from Acno as we are now at a match score of 1-2. Swata one game away from knocking Acno down to the elimination bracket.
Yeah, and Swata doing incredible at kind of putting himself in that position again where we keep waiting for Swata to have that BCX run again. We've been waiting for him to have that dominant performance again, but it's been like inconsistency in top 3 is like a good problem to have, but you want to see him get back to the top of the podium.
Yeah.
The way he's playing so far looks like he might be making a trip to getting himself a matchup against Godly, but Acno has already shown us he can get the reverses. He's made things work. No Koji has come out this time. He's going to rock it out with the Val.
Yeah. What's cool about this Swata, this version of Swata that I'm enjoying so much, is that it really does feel like an answer to how the competitive environment has been. This is like, I am picking Thor, and I'm playing Thor because gauntlets are everywhere. And the way that he's playing it is making me convinced that this is a really good pick for it. I mean, we already saw the hammer down sync being used to deal with gauntlet players being in the air, either off of sidelight or sider. So, awesome play. And the sider from the hammer there takes him off the left side of the stage. A great game 4 for Swata so far.
I'm really liking this change up a lot. And like you were saying, like you look at any of the top 8 graphics of late, you're seeing Gauntlet everywhere. So him with this answer, the spacing has been so good. The orb has been such a solid call. Oh my goodness, what a great combo there from Swata. Acno needs to pull any, like he needs a deep play. He needs a deep edge guard play to get himself like a dominant stock.
Down airs are coming out. Swata now over the hammer. He's so good at picking up a hammer right when he's got Acno at that range where only 4 hits are going to be necessary to take him down. Went for the stomp there. Acno avoids it, gets a stomp sider, but all of that takes the weapon out of his hands or picked up. Swata trying to catch a landing from Acno. Sidelight, side air, no. Neither one's going to hit. And Acno gets the recovery. Acno's bringing this back, but he has to take the stock and then some.
Exactly. He has to get the stock and then go for an incredible play. Unarmed recovery is just going to get him out of position so he can at least get to the sword. D-Light recovery, not... It might be close, but it's probably not going to take out yet, so you got to get that D-Light Sair off to the side. Or if he gets back to the gauntlets, the recovery should take it. No, he misses out. The Sair is going to reverse it, and we have a 2-stock up lead for Swata.
You hate to see it when you go for the double sidelight read on gauntlets, and it gets you knocked out, right? And that was Swata getting hit, and then just fading back with the side air, and so much extra damage coming in from the hammer. Sidelight hits. Did he do it again? Okay. I literally thought Swata was just going to resist.
Look, you're up. You know, 2 stocks right now. You can't go for a play like that.
He's pushing the limits of how long you can hold the hammer ground pound. Okay, that's all that's happening. It's another.
Are we gonna see a 3-stock?
We
might see a 3-stock. Acno has a bit of a fight opening, and he almost gets him on the GC stop, but he's gonna miss out. All right, Neutralize's gonna send him back off stage. At least Acno needs anything to get him back in, but he can't find an opening at all.
Nares are coming through. Scoop gets it. Swata. 3 stocks. Acno in game 4 to get into winners finals. Damage done 597 to 191. That was destruction. Swata by the end there. I mean, we see matchups where a player downloads the other halfway through and it gets a little bit easier for them. But at that point, oh my goodness, like Acno couldn't get a single win in, and when he did, it was light attacks.
You said it the best way you possibly could say it. Destruction.
Yeah.
That was in every way, shape, or form. Swata showing dominance in that last game. Acno is not somebody you want to be comfortable at the end, but that graph looking relatively nice for Swata.
Every single stock that Swata took, he did more damage to Acno than he took the entire game.
That's crazy.
That is, wow. That is
so
incredible.
Crazy.